we learn about importations and exportations. Another essential feature of JavaScript's next generation are classes. If you experience another programming language, you may already know about classes. Classes are essentially blueprints for objects. In our case here for JavaScript's objects, a class is created with the word class, and a class can have both properties and methods. Methods are simply functions attached to classes, and properties are variables attached to classes. We are going to use both of them in this course, while always explaining what we are doing. When we add such a property or method, a class is instantiated like this with the new keyword. And this may sound familiar to you if you worked a little bit with JavaScript. You may notice constructor functions. So classes are kind of a more convenient way to create constructor functions in order to create JavaScript objects with classes in plain form. Classes also support inheritance. This means that you have another class that you inherit from by taking all its properties and methods and potentially adding new ones. This might also sound familiar to you since you might be noticing prototypes. Now let's look at classes in action. Let's create a new class here. I'm going to name it like this. Then you have the braces to mark the body of the class, and now we can start using the properties in its simplest form. A property is added by adding a constructor, which is a default function method. You can add to any class that will be executed whenever you instantiate the class, and the method is created with simply the name of the method in parentheses and then in braces. And then here we can now set the property with the keyword this, and we can write this name is equal to Mathieu. Print my name. We could simply output this name referring to the name property that we created. We can now use this class to store an instance in a constant with a person and then run it. If we now click, we see Mathieu. It is that simple to use a class. Now I said that class can also inherit. We can create a human class and add a constructor to define it. Gender equal male or female. Of course, it's as you wish. And now if person, which is a keyword, extends to a new human, now we inherit that property and that printGender method, and we can also use both of them on the person in order to call a person printGender like that. However, before we succeed, we're going to try it. An error will be displayed. We have to call the superconstructors in the derived class, and this is important. If you extend another class and implement the constructor, which you don't have to do, but if you do it, you have to add this super method in the constructor. It's a keyword that simply executes the parent constructor, which of course you have to fix to reset the parent class. So now you clearly see Mathieu and male. Obviously you can now go into your person class and still set the gender here, which is not 100% accurate here for me, but this is just to show you that it works. We see now that we print woman even though we still read and print gender here, but it's extended by person. These are classes, and classes are used by React to create these components. At least this is one of the two ways to create components. Here's how you're going to see me use classes in this course, and it's important to understand that classes are just blueprints for JavaScript objects, and that they are very comparable to constructor functions, where inheritance is comparable to prototype.